Greetings, my friends, and happy Goku Day 2019. That's right, everybody's favorite spiky-haired anime hero has a day dedicated to him and all of his awesomeness. I actually wasn't even aware of Goku Day. Apparently it's been a thing for a couple of years now, and it's all basically just a giant excuse to talk about the greatest anime protagonist of all time. Yes, I'm talking about Son Goku, Kakarot, Goku from the Dragon Ball franchise. And in order to recognize this holiday, I just want to talk a little bit about Goku himself, how he's been an inspiration for me, and some of my favorite moments from the franchise. First and foremost, just having a day dedicated to Goku is kind of insane, but then again, look at your calendar. There's a lot of weird holidays out there, and this is a day which was concocted by Japan, which is almost certainly an excuse to mostly hawk and sell merchandise, but I don't care. Any opportunity I have to talk about Goku is something that I'm actually going to do. And Goku, for me, is the anime main character. Like, he is the guy. I have a lot of favorite anime series, and there's a lot of main characters that I really love. But Goku, for me, at the end of the day, will always be my favorite main character from every other anime series. And a lot of that, of course, has to do with my development and my exposure to anime. Like a lot of people in the United States, my first exposure was to Toonami and watching Dragon Ball Z. And like a lot of people, I was heavily influenced by it, by the action, the colorful characters, and of course Goku, who was unlike any other protagonist that I had ever seen. He had similarities to Superman, but there was something else about him that I really liked. I think it's just his ability to never ever give up. That's what's also really great about Goku. He's not necessarily a hero of justice. If his friends are being hurt, or if a planet that he's on is going to be attacked by an evil villain or some crazy space alien, he's gonna step into action and he's gonna want to kick their ass. But there's also something else on his mind while he's doing this. Are his opponents strong? Will they give him a good challenge? That's what's always been interesting about Goku. He's a character who's always trying to surpass his very own abilities and to become just a little bit stronger. I think for Goku, though, becoming the strongest character in the existence of everything, the universe and the universes of Dragon Ball itself, would end up being kind of disappointing for him. Goku's always looking for a good challenge, and that's what's been so fun about watching his entire journey through Dragon Ball. A journey that I thought would honestly never go on as long as it actually has. I mean, after the end of Dragon Ball Z and, of course, Dragon Ball GT, I felt that that was kind of like the end of the franchise. But over the course of the last couple of decades, the actual hype for Dragon Ball has never actually gone down. Whether it's being kept alive by video games or movies or amazing artwork and crossovers, Dragon Ball always manages to endure, and that's another thing that's just always been so amazing about the franchise, and throughout all of it, Goku has been a pretty consistent character, and I've really loved the journey of the character, to the point where I kind of want to talk a little bit right now about some of my favorite moments of the character, kind of like from each major series. Probably not going to talk about GT, going to be perfectly honest with you guys, I'm just not a big fan of Dragon Ball GT. I could make a whole video about it, but we'll save that for another day. So, my first introduction to Goku was through Dragon Ball Z. To me, at the time when I was watching this on Toonami, I never even realized that there was a Dragon Ball series, a prequel to the actual show, which came originally. And watching this on Toonami, they actually brought in Dragon Ball after Z had actually finished its run, so that was kind of strange to actually see and a little jarring. I felt that they had actually done like the Star Wars thing, where they started with the sequel and then they went to the prequel. I had no idea that this actually was a thing before, but as time went on, I actually had an opportunity to go back and watch the original Dragon Ball series in Japanese. I own it all on DVD, Blu-ray, the whole nine, and I love the original Dragon Ball. It's so different than any other sequel series, and I love the evolution of Goku in that show. How he started out as this precocious, young, adventurous little kid who simply just wanted to have fun, eat food, and beat the crap out of monsters. But about halfway through Dragon Ball, in particular at the very end of the King Piccolo arc, that's when Goku went through this major change, when he realized that his strength could actually be used to help people, to change the world. I think it was that one moment where Tien is getting beat up by Symbol, and Goku just comes in, kicks him in the face, knocking his eyeball directly out of his head, and he gives us that amazingly badass typical Goku pose. This is the moment where I truly believe that the hero was born and nothing would ever be the same. It's one of my favorite moments from Dragon Ball, and there are just so many others to count. I love all of the tournament fights, and I especially love the final arc where he gets to battle against Piccolo Jr. That entire fight, I think, is one of the best from Dragon Ball, if not the best. I love it. And then there's Dragon Ball Z, where things completely change and escalate and go crazy with the arrival of aliens and traveling into space and androids and magic beings that are thousands of years old. Things go crazy in Dragon Ball Z, and Goku, in turn, begins to go even crazier. Like, he gets so much stronger and surpasses his limits in every way, whether it be with dying, going to heaven, returning, using Kaioken, becoming a Super Saiyan 2, a Super Saiyan 3, dying yet again, coming back to life, and then saving the entire universe. The evolution of that character is amazing. And then we got Dragon Ball Super. This is basically just gilding the lily. It's just giving the fans what they want, which is just more ridiculous raw action. A lot of people dog Dragon Ball Super, but honestly, watching Dragon Ball Super as it aired every week was like one of the greatest things that I have ever experienced. It made me feel like a kid again, and getting to see Goku continue to grow and train and become stronger was honestly one of the greatest anime experiences of my life. I pray that it actually returns, as I looked forward to every Saturday night watching that show with my friends. We would hoot, we would holler, we would cheer, and whenever Goku was on screen, he just dominated. And just like Dragon Ball Z, he continued to grow, gaining the power of the gods, then ultimately attaining Ultra Instinct, an ability which he still hasn't even mastered, which makes it clear that Goku still has so much stronger that he can get. And I think one of my other favorite things about Goku, and something that I think a lot of people misconstrue, is that they think he's kind of like this unbeatable character. Like, there's no way that you can beat Goku. He's so overpowered and strange. And yeah, the guy's powerful. He can freaking destroy a planet if he wants to. But what I think is really remarkable about Goku is actually how much he loses. I mean, really go back and watch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and even Dragon Ball Super. He loses almost every single major fight in a way. There are times when he ends up coming up over the top, but a lot of the times he always ends up getting severely injured and having to rely on someone else in order to help him, like, actually defeat the bad guy. I mean, go back to Dragon Ball Z. He loses against Raditz, he beats the crap out of Vegeta but ends up getting crushed by his giant ape form, he makes it to planet Namek and defeats Frieza but ends up getting trapped on an exploding planet and isn't able to fully kill him, even though he clearly did win the fight. He finally returns, gets his ass handed to him by androids, dies against Cell. It's not until, like, fighting against Boo where he finally actually gets to definitively defeat a villain, and he still can't do it on his own. He needs the help of the entire universe in order to put this dude down. You go into Dragon Ball Super, and it's almost the same exact thing yet again. He's losing all the time. He lost against Beerus, he technically didn't win the tournament against Universe 6, and even when you go to the battle with Zamasu, freaking Trunks and Zeno were the one to actually end up finishing him off. Even in the Tournament of Power, he had to rely on 17 and Frieza in order to just barely defeat Jiren. And this was after he had attained in a form that impressed the very gods of the multiple universes here. Goku is a great example of what happens when you never give up and you constantly strive to be better than you were the very next day. And for me, that's always been really influential. It's something that I've always carried with me for a long time. Even when I was younger, when I was watching the show for the first time in middle school and through high school, I carried that energy with me wherever I went. When I played football, when I took a test, when I went out on a date, I tried to use that Goku confidence to get me through just about everything. And I continue to use that and channel that every single day. That's what's so great about Goku. He's truly an inspiration. He might not be the deepest, most thought-provoking character, but you cannot deny the influence that the character has had. There's a reason why he's so classic, and there's a reason why he has an entire day dedicated to everything that is his epicness. I love Goku, he's one of my favorite characters, and I hope I'll get to spend the rest of my life seeing his adventures unfold. But that's just my thoughts. I want to hear yours. What do you think about the character of Goku from the Dragon Ball franchise? Has he influenced you or inspired you in any way? Do you have any favorite Goku moments from the entire series? Like, tell me what they are in the comments section below, and tell me how Goku has sort of shaped your life as well. And before I go, here's just a quick little rundown of some of my favorite Goku moments from the series. In the original Dragon Ball, fighting against Tao Pai Pai, I love that he defeated this villain by kicking a grenade into his face. It's so anti-Goku, but it worked so well. I loved when he defeated King Piccolo by plowing right through his body, and I absolutely loved his battle against Piccolo Jr. in the final arc of the series. It's when the character truly came into his own. Dragon Ball Z, pretty much every Goku moment is amazing in my opinion, but I still think that the Namek Saga is the best thing the series has ever produced. The growth that character had, his battles with the Ginyu Force, and that amazingly epic battle with Frieza, which spanned like over 20 episodes in the original anime version. Guys, that was one of the greatest freaking things that I have ever seen. His battle with Cell was amazing. His ability to master instant transmission to get right up in his face and blast him point blank with a freaking Kamehameha and sacrificing himself so that he could push his son to become even stronger. Man, that moment just worked for me. And Dragon Ball Super, man, his training with Beerus was intense, his battle with him was incredible, but it's that battle with Jiren that completely sells me. I still think that that final moment of Ultra Instinct Goku battling against Jiren is hands down the best fight in all of Dragon Ball. Hell, I even love the moment against Hit where he combined his Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken. All of these moments combined are just so amazing, and yet there's still like thousands of other moments that I can think of, whether they be funny, quirky, or action-packed. All I'm trying to say, guys, is I love me some Goku. And like I said, I want to hear your thoughts about him in the comments section below. So there it is, guys. I just kind of wanted to gush a little bit about Goku and explain why he's so influential to me and why I think he's such an important character. I'd love to do more videos like this down the line, something with a maybe more of a script and something that's well more thought out. And speaking of that, stay tuned for the channel. There's going to be some big changes coming very soon in the next week to 2 weeks. We're going to be changing some things cosmetically. I have a brand new logo, which I am really proud of, and believe it or not, I'm actually changing the name of the channel. I mean, it's still going to carry a little bit of the spirit of what we have now, but it's a little more shorter, it's to the point, and hopefully it'll show up in the search terms a little bit more. And with that is also going to come some brand new content for the channel, much higher quality videos, better camera, better lighting, and like I said, a lot of these videos are going to be fully scripted, so I'm hoping to make something a little better for you guys. So there it is. Like I said, subscribe to the channel for more anime reviews. If you would like to help support this channel, we do have a PayPal. We have actually had a couple of people recently who have made some really big donations, and I'm going to shout them all out in a video very soon because, wow, we just got some really great donations from people, and it's actually helping pay for a lot of the brand new things that we're getting ready to bring to the channel, and I have a big update video coming soon, so stay tuned for that. There it is. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay down, baby.